We know them as reporters. They bring us information on what's happening, be it in politics, business, or entertainment. They are the middlemen, the messengers, and the eyes that see it all. When on the field, there is no take two. It's as raw as it can ever be. Today, we catch the emotions, excitement, and thoughts of some of Citizen's best reporters, Michael Njenga and Salim Bilu. For Michael, his passion is unwrapping the truth behind a story. And that could only mean investigative reporting.
When you get to the real job, the adrenaline pushes you to go on. And it's very addictive. You do one story, you want to do another one. You do one story. In fact, people approach you and tell you there's this story you need to do. So you find yourself going deeper and deeper and deeper. And before you know it, you're in it.
They say mtoto akililia wembe mpe. And if it's adrenaline he wants, Mother Nature gives him plenty of it every single time he gets to the field. For Michael, there is one story that stays fresh in his mind. And that would be his piece, Kariobangi House of Terror.
The Nyayo projects were a noble idea that built from residential housing to hospitals. Unfortunately, many stalled, Nyayo ward in Kariobangi being among them. We got wind of how criminals have turned this place into a house of terror.
When we spoke to the people, they told us of tales how women have been raped in that house. They told us of how people have been killed in that house. They told us of how they've been hearing screams every night, every evening, sometimes as early as 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So the biggest challenge was, first of all, to get into that house. We needed to see exactly what happens, because this had been turned to be a headquarters for crime. The criminals around Kariobangi, that's where they were going. And getting someone to take us into that house was a big, big issue.
Days and months can go by before an investigative reporter completes his piece. But how does it all begin?
Before you do any story, you first of all have to do recce. A lot of recce. Recce can take you like a week or two, where you go and talk to the people without the camera, feel their story, listen to what they're saying, listen to what they have to say about that area and about that particular story you're doing.
At many times, investigative reporters are associated with checkbook journalism. Reporters paying to get a story from individuals who are hard to reach or crack. But for Mike, paying to get the scoop isn't the answer.
The only bad thing that as a journalist you can do is buy a story. Never buy a story. Never give cash so that you can be given a story out.
When you think of the word investigate, what comes to mind are gadgets and gizmos that are all needed to get a real story. Perhaps Mike Njenga's line of work makes him feel like a big spy because of all his hidden cameras.
We are one very equipped team. One, we have hidden cameras. Two, we have the gadgets we have that I'm speaking to you, I'm recording, I'm getting audio, and my cameraman is far, so we come and sync the audio and the video. And then we have gadgets like we have microphones that can go as far, so the cameraman can be really far, and I'm into the deep of the deep, and my microphone is on.
It's a job that's not for the faint-hearted. When you spend your time exposing people, sometimes your life is on the line. At times, there are people you can't see and places you can't go. How does Michael take it?
The places I can go. The places you go and people will start pointing fingers. They'll start saying, that's the guy who did the story here. So we are very cautious. Once we do a story somewhere, we're very cautious on how we approach that area later. But walking in the streets, we're okay. I'm good with it.
You're good.
I'm good with it.
Mike Njenga may come face to face with danger once in a while, but that doesn't mean he'll be getting off the fast lane anytime soon. As for Salim Bilu, her angle towards stories that touch the heart is what makes her heart skip a beat.
I prefer to do human interest stories any time of day. I feel that way, that you interact with people the more and that you are able to try and get into people's lives and understand what they're going through or what they want to speak about through their, own view.
Take her award-winning piece on women in prison who care for their children. A story about women living behind bars who have no connection with the outside world but continue to keep the bond between mother and child.
I just sat on the computer and wondered what story has not been done. And I thought about mothers who live in prison. I was like, where do their kids go? And so from there, I just started Googling and realized that the state, Kenya and many other states, allow for mothers to go into prison with their children who are aged 1 and 4. And from there, that's when I tried to get authorization from the prisons department, and it took a while to do that.
That you hear and see the image of babies, cute, joyful and innocent.
A touching story indeed. Not only did it win the hearts of viewers across the country, but those on the board of the Children's Legal Action Network. Salim Bilu of Citizen TV scooped the News Article Award of the Year at the Children's Rights Media Award, something she says she didn't expect.
That was a story close to my heart, and so winning it was absolutely amazing.
With more stories like these, you bet Sally will be scooping more awards in days to come. And not just in her case, reporters like Mike Njenga are well on their way to bagging awards for their work. But as they say, it's not as easy. Not every day is a sunny day. Reporters have their challenges too.
When people look at you as a journalist, they don't understand it when you cry. They don't understand it when you get emotional.
Just like any other profession, journalism has its ups and downs. But at the end of it all, what's the secret to good journalism?
I think for me, good journalism is a lot of things. And I'm in the learning process. But I think basically to allow yourself to feel or to hear or to listen to what the people you're featuring are telling you.
Our journey took us to Busia town, where we reached at night, and bearing in mind we were behind time.
Everyone has a story to tell, including those who tell stories. And that is what one would call the news behind the news. Reporters telling their story. Reporting for Citizen TV, I'm Shiko Kaittany.